Hey, what's happening, guys? It's great to see you today. Hope you've enjoyed this 7 days of our daily dose, going through the statements that Jesus declared before he gave his life for us on the cross to redeem us and forgive us. And today we're going to wrap up with the final statement that Jesus spoke before he breathed his last. And it's one that many of you know, but sometimes we don't understand the legacy that is left with these three words. As he spoke these words on the cross in John chapter 19, verse 17, he said these words. He said, after he had done his mission, after he fulfilled all of his teachings and miracles, he realized that really the purpose of his life boiled down to these next three moments. As we know John 3:16 well, that says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son." Ultimately, these next three words defined what John 3:16 says and what the future of our lives say. And he said these three words. He says, "It is finished." Think about that. Maybe in your life, you know when there's a conclusion of something that you just want to declare those three words. And Jesus knew with those three words that his pain and the hours leading up to it and the abuse and the betrayal and all those factors that he carried our sin on that cross in that moment, he knew that the very purpose he came for, to free you, to forgive you, to redeem you and I, was with those three words, that my debt now has been paid. With the three words, Jesus knew he was canceling all human sin and all human debt of our sin by saying, "It is finished." I read this story about a month and a half ago, and it's found in Cincinnati, Ohio. And Crossroads Church is a church a very sizable church in Cincinnati area. And this got my attention because it said in the headlines, it says, "Mega Church cancels debt." I couldn't help but think, man, what is this talking about? Because I want to be a part of that church, pay off my house, pay off my credit cards, pay off my car, whatever debt you have. I'm thinking, I want to be a part of that church. And then I read the article, and it said that Crossroads Church pays off, listen to this, 45,000 families' medical debt. Just wrap your mind around that for a minute. Not just 45,000 families, but $46 million in medical debt canceled by one church, by one initiative, by one act. And I want to read to you what their pastor said would happen as they canceled these people's medical debt. And it was unbeknownst to many of them. It was to surprise them. But listen to this statement by the pastor. He says these words. He says, once we pay off their debt, we're going to give them a letter, and they'll get a letter that says these words: "Congratulations, your debt has been paid because someone loves you." And think about this. Not only does someone love you, but there is a God that has not forgotten about you. Man, I can't help but think of those words as this church canceled $46 million in medical debt, that Jesus, in one act, in three words on that cross, says, "It is finished." And much like this church gave out a letter, Jesus gave out a declaration to you and I today and said, you know what? Congratulations. Your debt and your sin and your past and your shame and your bondage has been canceled because I've paid for it. And here's the deal. I love you. Yes, Cincinnati's a church that declares their love for people in their community, but Jesus declared his love across the globe for history before him and until he returns one day, and he canceled the debt. I want to say to you today, wherever you're seated, watching this, driving, actually, don't drive and listen to this. That would be bad. But if you're watching this, I want you to hear these words. Jesus said, "It is finished, and congratulations, son. Congratulations, daughter. I've canceled all of your debt. Where you deserved judgment, I gave you grace. Where you deserved punishment, I gave you mercy. I've canceled all your debt, and a church doesn't have to love you, and a people don't have to love you, but I love you." And Jesus would say to you today, I've canceled all of your debt. You ever had a debt canceled? You ever had a debt physically paid off? The weight that's lifted. I want to say to you today, where you're watching this, that Jesus has paid your debt, your sin debt. It's finished. From where you started sin to today, and even the sin of your nature that may continue, he has set you free. He's redeemed you, and let the weight of your debt that has been paid lift off of you today, and find joy even in the midst of Jesus' pain, that it's finished. It's done. You're free. Your prison has not only been open, it's time to walk out of there. It's time to change your orange jumpsuit and get into the robe that God's called you to live, the clothes He's called you to live. He's called you to be royal. He's called you to be righteous because Jesus said, it's finished. Hey, we're finished with this series too, but we can't wait to see you on Easter Sunday. Join us. We're going to have a great Easter Sunday celebrating together online, but may God bless you. May you have a great week, and we'll see you soon. Bless you.